Welcome back, grade 7 and 8. In this science fair video, we're going to talk about the abstract. One of the very last things that you are actually going to be writing about when it comes to your project. And the reason why this is something that has to happen at the very, very end is because the abstract is your summary of the entire project. And before you get worried that that seems like a daunting task, keep in mind that the abstract has to be short. Oftentimes teachers tell you, well, this has to be much longer. Add things, add things, add things. Well, this is a summary. This is where you have to make sure that you're talking about only the important things. And yet it is going to cover your entire project from beginning to middle to end. It has to be less than 250 words. In fact, aim for between 150 and 200. A short paragraph, but it must include things like your title, problem, purpose, hypothesis, procedure, and conclusion. Think of this like an ad for your work, that someone is going to read this and get a snapshot of your project. And if they wanted to go more in depth about some of the numbers or some of the specific procedures or method or materials that you used, that's when they would take a look at the rest. But oftentimes in a bigger science fair, as people are walking around, the abstract is the first and sometimes the only thing that people will read. And if the project intrigues them, they'll go on to read the rest. But the abstract is kind of like when you read the back of a book and it intrigues you to read the rest, except for the back of a book, when you read that, it usually gives you, leaves you on a cliffhanger. This one doesn't. The abstract is meant to give you a full picture of your project, but a short summary version of your project. You're going to be creating that, and that's going to be going as the last thing in the bottom right corner of your project underneath everything else, as a short summary of everything you've done and created.